Rev and Bone Showtime. Rev and Bone Showtime. I'm Rev. He's Bone. How you doing tonight, T-Bone?
Fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. Doing pretty well. We were talking about maybe not wearing hats tonight, maybe being a couple bald boys, but we're still a little too insecure to show off our beautiful bald heads.
Shy.
So we are going hatted tonight. We got the caps on for the benefit of our viewers, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm shy. LOL. It's one of my favorite memes, the Jesus meme. Did I ever share that one with you? Where it's like, Jesus, show us some titties. He's like, I'm shy.
Why was he doing that?
I don't know, he's shy, but showing his titties out
Well,
there.
yeah, I know, but like, what was the context of the real situation?
He's out there getting crucified, I think. They're giving him the cross.
Yeah, but I mean, like
he didn't want to just be out there with his
oh, okay.
Like, I'm shy.
That's
I'm
funny.
shy.
We should we'll patch that one in.
Yeah,
so you're doing well tonight. It's a beautiful springtime night. We got a few topics tonight. We got who's the most iconic number 8. This is episode number 8, brought to you by against the spread.home.blog. Be sure to get that right. Who's the most iconic number 8? We do have a special guest on for that. We have a NBA check-in where we're going to talk about the playoffs a little bit, see how they're doing. We got springtime music. What is the most what music do you hear? What music do you play in springtime? What's your favorite springtime music? What's an album that when the leaves start turning green again, the buds start coming out, the birds start singing in the morning, you throw that one on. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. We're going to touch on a little music, touch on a little Coachella Frank Ocean situation, and MLB check-in. We got Bird of the Week, and then finally we're going to finish up with Succession episode 4 recap. So where do you want to start tonight, T-Bone?
Oh yeah. What's that?
Where do you want to start tonight, T-Bone?
Well, we got to start where we always start. That's the most iconic number for the episode that we're filming, and episode 8, the most iconic number 8. It's a clear-cut winner, I think, across the board. Unanimous decision, as he was throughout most of his career. We're going tribute to Kobe Bryant.
Yeah,
it's Kobe.
Not to give too much away, but it is Kobe Bryant. But first, we are going to bring on my good friend Jonathan to talk about this a little bit more in a minute. But before we dive too hard into Kobe, do you have any honorable mentions that you'd like to honorably mention?
Yeah, the only couple that I had were Cal Ripken Jr. The modern day Iron Man, most consecutive games played in Major League Baseball. One of the best shortstops of all time, probably the best Baltimore Oriole of all time. Just a solid run for him in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, the Iron Man. He never sat out. Never let anybody else play.
Yeah, today's game, that's unheard of. So I think he's a true throwback, a record that I can't ever see being broken. It's one of those records that just will stand the test of time, I think, for a very long time, if not forever. So, Cal Ripken's definitely a mention.
It seems like such an easy thing to do as far as, unless you get injured, which fair enough, people get injured. But why are MLB guys taking days off? It's baseball. It's not like you're really tearing your body apart. You get days off during the season. Yeah. What are we doing here?
Yeah. Guys were drinking beers and smoking cigarettes in dugout back in the day. It doesn't
back
take
in my day.
Doesn't take a whole
back
lot
in the Freeport Little League.
Energy. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't really get that one. I think that it's overall laziness. So shout out to Cal Ripken Jr. That's, like I say, you get days off. We get Friday, Saturday off, but we get vacation days too. Yeah, I get that. I'm trying to compare it to a real life job here. And I don't think it's like, is it like not taking a sick day? Is it like that guy at work that just like, is like, I got the sniffles, but I'm still here. And it's like, no, dude, go home.
Yeah. Perfect.
Am I turning on Cal Ripken right now? I might be.
Yeah. Too many good things been said about him. Someone's got to talk some shit about Cal Ripken. It's got to take him off his high horse.
Well, maybe he just has an iron immune system. I'm just going in circles right now. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing.
Him playing all the games in a row?
Yeah. I guess it's a cool thing that he didn't get hurt. But it's okay to take a couple days off. I don't know if we should really be praising some guy that, tooth and nail every single day is there when
shows durability, dependability.
Yeah, that's true. Availability is the best ability.
Right. That's what they say.
So that's what I always say. But I don't know. I've talked myself into a circle, and we've talked about Cal Ripken enough. I heard about him a bunch as a kid. He had those 3 different batting stances. One where, he played the violin.
Yeah,
that's the only one I can really recall.
I will say this about Cal Ripken. I think I mentioned it on a previous episode about Cal Ripken jersey, but I'll take a Cal Ripken jersey along with the steak and the book that you owe me. So,
what do I owe you a steak for?
NCAA tournament bet that I won.
Yes, Okay, yeah, I still have to mail out the NFL jerseys that I owe you from the NFL season.
Oh boy,
I gotta stop gambling jerseys because, we get them all from China and it takes 4 months to get here.
No, don't
and by
stop.
that time, I forget what they're even for. And also, I'm concerned that these are going to be too small for you.
Uh-oh, I haven't seen them yet. I haven't seen the prototypes.
Would you like to see one?
Well, I know what the one is, but yeah, sure.
Who's the one?
No, the other one. Yeah, I see the other one. The unveiling.
All right, this is a Chicago Bears legend.
Oh shit! Oh,
that's right, Jack Sanborn.
All right. Nice.
This is pretty big. You should be able to squeeze your little tushy into it.
That's not bad. I thought you were really gonna throw a super curveball, some like super scrub.
I thought about it, but I really do love Jack Sanborn.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
And I know you do too. Can you hear that?
Thanks. Hear it? Hear what?
That ruffling?
No.
Okay, good. It muted it. You want to see the second one?
Yeah.
Just coming out of the package now. This one's actually pretty sick.
This is an unveiling. Oh shit. That is sick.
That's after your nephew.
Nice.
Oh man, why does this thing stinks?
Really?
Like fish food.
Hey, who's
I don't know why.
You're wearing that one?
No, that's for you.
A Debo? Where's the Mighty Ducks one?
What are you talking about? You didn't get to pick both of them. We got to pick them.
You guys picked both of them.
Well, I did because Rig wasn't really a part of it.
Wow.
My honorable mention for number 8. None other than we already had him on as the most iconic number 3, but his son Dale Earnhardt Jr. roaming around the track there in the Budweiser, or I'm sorry, yeah, it was Budweiser. Budweiser number 8. I had one of his shirts. It was a long sleeve white T-shirt. Had a huge, you know how NASCAR shirts look. They had the huge logo, way oversized. I think it had his signature down the side. It was sick. I was in like 5th grade, and I was so worried because it said Bud on the car hood, and I was so nervous that day that I wore it. It was my night shirt. The what?
About getting in trouble at school?
Yeah, exactly. I thought they were. I was like avoiding all the teachers. Like, don't look at me, but everyone else look at me because this is my cool shirt. This is my nice shirt.
Right now.
Yeah, my Aunt Kathy got it for me. So shout out to her. Shout out to my Uncle Kevin. They got me a Sicko shirt. So Dale Earnhardt Jr. Yeah, there you go. Dale Earnhardt Jr. Solid.
Honorable.
Very honorable. He went on to change to number 88. So that doesn't really, help his longevity cause. But then again, our most iconic number 8 changed halfway through his career.
True.
Dang, good point.
True.
Are you ready to bring this guy on? Let me send him a note.
All right.
And on that note, we'll bring on my good friend, Jonathan. All right, welcoming on our second guest of the podcast. First time on this podcast, my friend Jonathan, my boy Jonathan, coworker Jonathan, pseudo boss Jonathan. So how you doing tonight, Jonathan?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. T-Bone, Jonathan, hello.
Terrence, how are you, sir?
Excellent.
I like the beanie, man. I like the beanie. Keep it warm, huh?
Yeah, dude, it's Chicago. It's supposed to be spring, but it's 40 degrees when it was 85 just yesterday. So you know how it be.
See. Yeah, yep.
So I just cracked myself open a nice cold Coors Light. It's a recurring guest of the podcast, so nothing too exciting over here. What are you drinking over there, Jonathan? Oh, he froze. Oh, this is bad. He froze. Oh no, we never faced this before.
This has never happened in the history of the Rev and Bone Show. This has never happened.
Oh, he's back now.
I'm here.
What are you drinking over there, Jonathan?
I am drinking rum and Coke, some Kraken and Coke.
Is that in that really cool bottle with the big sea monster on it?
Yeah, with the big sea monster on it. Yeah, that's
Nice.
it.
Nice.
What about you, T-Bone?
I've got a special tonight. We've steered away from the beer. We've got a vodka martini with 81 olives.
Do you get the reference?
81 olives, 81 points. Come on now.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Come on now.
Okay, so 81 points. We're here to talk about the most iconic number 8, the unanimous pick here. It's Kobe Bryant. So I thought I'd bring on Jonathan, who is the biggest Kobe Bryant fan that I know of, possibly on this panel. So T-Bone's got his Kobe jersey on. I'll let you guys just take the floor. What makes Kobe the most iconic basketball player, most iconic number 8? What are some special moments that stick out to you? T-Bone, you want to kick it off?
Man, yeah. First off, RIP. I mean, man was a legend. I personally, being in Chicago, I don't think I fully appreciated Kobe during his career for what he really was and what he really embodied as a ball player. It wasn't until later in his career where I fully started to appreciate his game and give him his rightful props. I want to run down just some stats and awards and accomplishments that Kobe has throughout his career, some records that he still holds outside of just like the personal memories of Kobe. So I'm start off with a 5-time NBA champion. He's got the 3 with Shaq, the 2 without Shaq. Really cemented his legacy as a leader by winning those 2 in 2009 and 2010. 2-time Finals MVP, NBA MVP in 2008, 2-time scoring champion, 18 All-Star selections, 18 consecutive, one being 99 where there was a lockout, so they didn't have an All-Star game, but 4-time All-Star Game MVP, 15-time All-NBA, 12-time All-Defensive Team, dunk contest champion in 97.
And I think he was still a teenager in 97.
He was like 18 years old. Yeah, youngest ever to win it. Had a bunch of youngest stats that ended up getting broken by LeBron later on in his career, but still the youngest player to start a game, still the youngest player to win a dunk contest, still the youngest player to start an All-Star game, youngest player to score in an All-Star game, youngest player to score in a playoff game. So the list goes on and on and on and on and on about accolades that Kobe has, accumulated over the years, and he's just a legend. He's one of those guys that is just a legend. When he passed, murals started to pop up all over LA and even in other cities. Like, he's beloved in Los Angeles. Obviously, he spent his whole career there. One of the few that I can think of in the modern era that really, stayed with one team and excelled and won championships on that team. And the energy that he brought to the game is unmatched. Like the competitive spirit, nobody's seen a competitor like him since Mike. So him being able to, elevate others around him and really take the game to another level, it was just unmatched. I mean, talk about 81 points in a game, most in the modern era. Wilt got his 100 against accountants and school teachers, but Kobe got 81 against, the best athletes in the world. So Kobe is just a legend, man. Like, he's just a legend. Like, it's the only word I can think of to describe him is legend, iconic. So I think, yeah, it goes without saying he's the most iconic number 8, and I'm happy to talk some more about Kobe and really shed some light on.
Yeah.
From a Los Angeles perspective, I'm kind of excited to hear it too.
Yeah, I got a question for you, Jonathan, to kick it off here. A lot of times, me and T-Bone, we're not fans of very successful teams, so we'll see a young guy coming up, and they'll have like one great game, and we're like, all right, this is it. Like, we got somebody here. When was the moment where you realized that Kobe was like, okay, he's something like generational?
You know what? It was a trip because he didn't start his first 3 years he was here in LA.
Right.
He actually came off the bench because Del Harris was like, "Nah, kid, go sit down.
Mm-hmm.
You stay on the bench. We'll get you in." Even when he won that dunk contest, he wasn't really even like starting or going in. I was following Kobe since 97, 98, something like that. And I would say for me, I think that his run with Shaq against Portland was what really made Kobe. Because I think that it was that time for me where it was like Shaq's out, Shaq fouled out, Shaq was this, Shaq was that, and Kobe had to take over those Portland games. And I think that's what cemented for me. That's what cemented with it. I was like, this guy's gonna be special. This guy's the next Jordan, the next guy.
Yeah, that series was something else. We talked last week on episode 7 about iconic game 7s, and I don't think we mentioned that one. That game 7 against Portland was something else. They were down like, I want to say 15, maybe 20 points in the fourth quarter, came back and won that game and advanced to the final.
Yep.
Shaq crossed Pippen up and then threw the alley-oop to Shaq, and that was it.
Yep.
That was ball game.
and then I guess you could say that even through all of that, and then for me, another moment that I remember is him putting up 55 against Jordan. There's only 2 players that have put over 50 on Jordan, and that was Dominique and Kobe. And that's it. Nobody else has. Nobody else ever did.
Yeah. No, me personally, I grew up, a Bulls fan. And then once Jordan retired when I was about 8 years old, a lot of people in my school gravitated towards the Lakers. So I had like a sort of a dislike of their success and a dislike of Kobe because of that. But yeah, like T-Bone said, it took a lot of years to actually realize like, oh wait, this guy, he transcends just a good basketball player. Like the attitude that he brought to the game.
Mentality, it's real.
Absolutely. So, I didn't watch him nearly as much as you guys did during his time. So I'll kick it back over to you guys. What are some of your favorite Kobe moments?
My favorite was the dunk contest that he won, because he was at that point a teenager. He was just coming to the league. He was dating. He took Brandy to the prom in his high school. And Brandy was like everything. That was like Moesha Brandy, where she was like everywhere, everything. You know what I mean? And he took her to the prom. He was like this, like just up and coming NBA player. Like you said, John, he wasn't even starting in games, but came out in that dunk contest. He had that swag. He had that walk about him that he was just confident as all hell. He knew he was going to be something special, but even if nobody else did. And he showed out in that dunk contest for sure. And that was something else for me when he came out and that attitude. I was like, holy shit, who is this guy? And the rest kind of is history.
What about you, Jonathan?
I guess for me, it's a little bit further down in his career, because I think that when he was number 8, iconic, great, vicious, didn't care. But for me, I found number 24 was a little bit more controlling, and he knew what was going on with the game, and he kind of was more mature, and I guess you could say that for me, my daughter plays basketball, and my daughter played against his daughter in a game. So it was at the Mamba Academy, and for me, seeing him coach his girls and seeing him do what he did with his girls, and then my daughter against his daughter, and just watching him across from the stands, watching him coach, that for me was.
Did we lose him?
Oh no!
That was a really good story he was diving into.
It was.
Come back, Jonathan. Come back.
Baby, come back.
I'm gonna cut this part where he's frozen out. Oh, there he is. He's back. You're telling a very heartfelt story. Okay, so you were talking about just watching Kobe coach his daughter against your daughter.
Yeah, just watching him, the way he just coached his daughter, the way he like guided his daughter is the same thing that I'm trying to do with mine. So just watching him do all of that and coach that team was for me was amazing, just to watch him take that time out of all, I'm sure, the busiest schedule in the world, right? Doing everything that he can, and he's just, nope, I'm showing up to this academy. I'm around thousands of people, thousands of kids, but I'm gonna take my time to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You guys are similar in age, you and Kobe, correct?
Yes, I'm 41. I think it was a little older than me.
Okay. Yeah, and like, so obviously your daughters are the same age then.
Yeah.
So you have like a very, I mean, the fact that you guys both played in that, both your daughters played in that league, you have a bit stronger connection there than I would say most people do. Did you ever get the chance to meet him?
I did. I got the chance to meet him, like, because my the coach, my daughter's coach, me and him were really close. So sometimes I would help him out, and like I said, got to shake his hand, got to meet him, got to see how he coaches kids and talk to him about it, and it was really really cool, man. The sucky part about it as well was that in another tournament that we were in, we were at Mamba Academy waiting for him to get there because we were going to play against him when he passed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we were there January 24th at Mamba Academy for that.
That's
waiting
insane.
For his daughter and his team to show up so that we could play them. And unfortunately, what happened.
Yeah. Did they just cancel all the games at that point?
Yeah, everything was canceled. I have pictures and everything where we were like in there. We took pictures of our team just waiting there, and I have a picture of the ribbon that they give you when you go in that says Mamba Academy. It has his information on it and everything.
That's crazy.
Wow,
but
that's wild.
I mean, that's pretty incredible that you got to experience that, though.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you growing up a Lakers fan, and then you watching his entire career, and then you having a daughter, him having a daughter, you getting to watch both of your daughters play against each other. That's incredible. Yeah. To shift it back to basketball a little bit. Do you have any other Kobe memories, like even later on in his career, that really stick out to you?
I would say obviously his 81 points, amazing. I would say all the 60s, all the 60s he dropped on so many teams. I think he pulled a Doncic on one where he played Dallas. I remember him playing Dallas, and he was up. He had more points in that game than Dallas had, like in the first half or something like that.
First 3 quarters,
something like that. Yeah, I think that was amazing just to watch him just blow them out, and just like Doncic did to Phoenix.
Yeah, outscored the whole team.
Yeah, I think
That's
that
incredible.
was amazing to see. Like Terrence was saying, the dunk contest, him winning that, him just having no fear, and even being an 18-year-old kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that really just embodied his play style. Is just like the no fear. I don't really care about you. I'm just gonna, get my baskets, everything like that. So,
but he cared about winning too a lot more than anything else. I think too. He wanted to make the guys around him better. He challenged his teammates to be better, the same way Mike did, where it was like, elevate your game, meet me up here, or we're gonna have problems. So he got into it with teammates, which the ultimate competitor will always, kind of bring that out of people. So
that's just because some guys weren't about that life,
Yeah,
he was about that life.
Right.
Well, I think that he was
professional.
He was kind of the last of a dying breed, sort of, before like the AAU kids really came in and that were all just friends with each other. He didn't really seem to have any interest in that. He was more just about playing basketball in the most competitive way possible.
Yep.
Yeah, competitive, and he took it seriously because it was his profession, right? He's like, I'm a professional basketball player. If you're going to be a professional on my team, there's a certain level of professionalism you got to carry yourself with, a certain amount of work ethic that you need to put in. And he was annoyed at the fact that guys around him weren't doing that. Obviously, Shaq was the one that got the most headlines when they were teammates for not having the work ethic. But man, it was everybody. Everybody who was around Kobe had to put in the same amount of work just to compete with him. Just to be around him.
One of his biggest quotes on any interview that he's had is, "Why am I going to pass you the ball if I know you don't work as hard as I do?"
Right.
Why am I going to give up the ball to you when I'm putting all this time in at the gym and you're just partying and staying up till 3 a.m. and coming home at that time?
Yeah.
Well, it was like that Dream Team documentary where, everyone was like coming back from the club and it was like 3 a.m. and like Kobe was going to the gym workout.
And he changed that narrative, right? After that, they started showing up. They started coming in. They started going to the gym.
Yeah, Carmelo was saying, like we were all out, and he would see Kobe, and he ended up working out with him, and then slowly they kind of trickled in the gym, and all of a sudden now they're all working out instead of going to the clubs, and that was just Kobe's influence, man. That whole documentary just showed how much influence Kobe had on that team, and that was coming off a bronze medal for USA, which was like unheard of. You know what I mean? So Kobe coming in, leading that team, getting them back to the gold medal was like, he was instrumental in all of that. That might not have happened without him.
Yeah, it would have been very easy for Team USA to just coast at that point. Like, okay, we're not on top anymore. It's all right. We're going to the Olympics. We'll probably win, but if not, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, he really changed that team.
Yeah, he was a master of his craft, and it was all the result of the work that he put in. He was always the first guy in the gym, last guy to leave. Guys would claim to show up early. They'd get there early. Kobe's already there. They get there earlier the next day. Kobe's already still there. Like he wanted to prove to everybody that he was going to outwork you, no matter how hard you thought you were working. Kobe's working harder, and it showed with his success.
He made it a point.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So I think that that's a good way to put a bookend on Kobe Bryant as the most iconic number 8.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
100%.
100%.
Cool.
I agree with that.
All right. So cool. Coming out of Kobe Bryant, sticking on basketball, let's talk a little NBA playoffs. Who's sticking out to you so far? Actually, I'll go first. That Suns Clippers game, which is going on right now. I wish I was watching it. You got a score update for me?
It's commercial right now, but the Clippers were up 5 last I saw.
Okay, but yeah, that game 1 was that was an awesome playoff basketball game. Will might have some traction there, where he said that this is the best time of year for sports, because that was a fantastic game. Yeah, that series is going to be a barn burner the whole way through. So really looking forward to that. But what's sticking out to you guys?
I guess for me, I think is the rest of the Clipper team. Not Kawhi, not obviously Paul George on the bench with a knee. I don't even think he's going to play the first round if they make it past the first round. But I think the rest of the team is coming through. Westbrook. I mean,
where did he come from?
What was he, like 3 for 19? I think in the first game, but he did everything else.
Yeah,
he did all the dirty work. He got all the rebounds.
Yeah,
he made all the correct plays.
Absolute ball hawk getting rebounds the other night. That was very fun to watch. Going into other people's suites and talking shit to dads.
Hey, I saw that. I saw that. That was crazy. Yeah,
it looked like he just walked into somebody's living room.
Yeah, he's a wild man.
Yeah, he kind of is. What other series are going on right now? We got Philly and Brooklyn. That one might be a snoozer series.
Philly's up 2-0 right now. Heading back to Brooklyn, but
Brooklyn, they're a fun team. They're a regular season team. They can't stand up to playoff Philly.
I don't think so. I think that's a sweep.
Yeah. Heat and
Bucks.
The Bucks. Couldn't remember the name.
That was a surprise win right there for Miami. I didn't watch the game, but I thought it was like, whoa, they won. What happened?
Well, I think Giannis got hurt. Giannis went out at some point during the game. And I kept thinking, man, this could be us. As a Bulls fan, I'm like, man, this could be us with this game 1 steal or win. But I don't want to talk too much about this series because it's a sore spot for us Bulls fans.
Yeah, we should be right there.
Man.
But
see, that's why Zach needs to step up if he wants to be an iconic number 8. He is a number 8.
No shit.
Yeah, he didn't even get an honorable mention. Yeah.
He's not even a mention on the list.
No, he doesn't deserve it right now. You gotta show up a little bit.
He got his bag and he's done. He's checked out.
I mean, he was pretty good in their first play-in game, but then
he was.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but that's Zach LaVine for you. But enough Bulls talk. What about Nuggets and Wolves? That one's kind of a snoozer. The Kings are up 2-0.
That's my next one right there. Warriors Kings. Those games are so touchy, man. Any little mistake, anything goes on in those games, man. I mean, just the Draymond Green stomp. That alone.
What the hell was that?
That alone is going to affect the Warriors because he's going to be suspended.
Yeah,
he has to be. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's a dirty play, man. Even if Sabonis had grabbed his leg intentionally, which he wasn't even doing, he's falling to the floor, grabbing his head. He just happened to grab his Draymond's leg. Even if that wasn't an intentional grab, like just free yourself and run off. Did you hear Draymond's explanation for himself after the game?
No, what did you say?
He's like, oh, I'm not very flexible, so I couldn't step
my leg
over.
way up there.
You gotta be fucking kidding me, dude. You're not that flexible to step over a human. Like, dude, you clearly stopped directly down on it.
But that's Draymond. That's what he's done all his career.
I know. I'm just so sick of him, man. Like making these excuses for himself when he's clearly making dirty plays, getting away with it. Like, just go to the Pistons
Indiana.
or some team that has no shot, because you don't belong on a championship caliber team with that kind of play.
Yeah, and they're gonna end up missing him if he is suspended. And I mean 3-0. They're not getting out of that hole.
Yeah, few teams have ever in the NBA. I don't
3-0. I think 0 teams have they.
Is that only in baseball that's happened?
Yeah, I don't think it's happened in the NBA. Go ahead and fact check us on that in the comments.
Yeah, please.
And you probably aren't seeing Jonathan's face right now because he is frozen again.
Frozen Jonathan.
Oh, we lost him. We lost him completely.
Oh, nuts.
Oh, shucks. Well, try again next week.
Yep, that's what we always say.
I was over at his house for a Super Bowl party. Lovely house. Beautiful house. And he had the Wi-Fi playing the Super Bowl out on that back patio, and it kept cutting out.
Oh, it's that zone. He's got a dead zone out there.
A dead zone. You got to get one of those extenders.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Back again. Jonathan's back.
So I just looked up at the Clippers Suns score, and the Clippers were up 9. And I look back 5 seconds later, and it's a 3-point game. What the hell happened? Series is bonkers.
Jonathan, you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
I was just telling him about how that area of your backyard is kind of a dead zone, and about the Super Bowl, how we were watching it out there. And then...
Yeah, you know what? And I forgot to charge my hotspot. If not, I would just put my hotspot on my laptop. But I didn't want to do it inside because the kids, they get loud. They're watching the game too because my daughter's a big basketball fan. So
hooting and hollering.
That's all you're gonna hear.
Yeah. How about your boys, the Lakers? Did we lose them again?
Come on.
All right. It's time to go inside.
You're gonna have a lot of editing to do in this in post.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
You have a busy post to deal with here. My God.
That's sort of why I wanted to record a little earlier, so maybe I can squeeze in a little editing tonight. But
yeah. Well, he's coming back.
I don't know. Should I just kick him out of the meeting?
Yes.
What do you think of the Lakers?
It was a fairly convincing win, but I still think the Grizzlies pulled this series out somehow.
I don't. I think the Grizzlies are in trouble. They're in big trouble. Big trouble.
Big trouble right here in Memphis City. Yeah, man, the Grizzlies are a weird team. When they're on, they're on. They're really tough to stop. But when they have lapses in their game, it's obvious the holes that they've got, and they
Yeah, I mean,
they get exposed fairly easily.
They don't got the big man help. They lost Steven Adams, and now they're getting crushed down low.
Yeah, Jaren Jackson's got to show up. He's the defensive player of the year. Didn't he just win defensive player of the year?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So if you're that guy, you've got to show up night in, night out.
You got to show up
and be the
night in, night out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was there an echo?
I think so.
Yeah, it must be a shoddy connection over here. Hey, Jonathan's back.
All right.
Oh, hey, welcome back.
My bad, guys.
No, it's okay. I'll just, skip my date night tonight or tomorrow night to do all these edits, cutting out where you froze up, all that. So, anyways, what we were saying, what do you think of the Lakers right now? What's your finger on the pulse of the Lakers? Because personally, I think they're in great shape right now. I think they're going to win this series in 4.
Wow. I think they're gonna do good this series. I don't know if they'll win it in 4. I think Memphis pulls maybe a couple games out. I don't think that they get past either. What's their next? Would be Sacramento or would be Sacramento, right? I think that's no.
Yeah, they play winner Sacramento, Golden State.
Yeah, so I don't know if they get past Sacramento, to be honest with you. And it sucks to say that because I hate Sacramento, but I think that they just want it so bad. Sacramento just wants it.
That'd be a fun throwback series, though, to those matchups they used to have back in the 2000s with
Chris
Shaq
Webber, Vladdy Jack,
Webber, and Stojakovic, Mike Bibby,
Vladdy Divac.
Yeah, yep. Divac. Yeah,
I said D-Jack. What an idiot.
Who Kobe was traded for, if you guys recall, back in Kobe's draft, at '96 draft. He got drafted by the Hornets, traded for Vladdy Divac straight up.
Yeah.
What an idiot that Hornets.
It's like when the Bulls drafted Rudy Gobert.
Did they?
No, it was what's the big guy for Portland?
Oh, Aldridge, LaMarcus Aldridge.
Not him.
Yeah, they drafted
Nurkic.
Tyrese Thomas.
Yeah, and they drafted Nurkic.
Did they draft Nurkic too?
Maybe. I don't know, man.
He's making shit up.
It sounded believable.
Can you imagine being the GM for the Hornets and trading Kobe Bryant for Vladdy Divac? It's got to be one of the worst trades in sports history.
Well, he wasn't going to play for him, right? Wasn't that it?
Sports history.
I mean, I would be kicking myself in the ass.
Seriously, that's crazy. And that draft class that's one of the best draft classes of all time. You got like Iverson, Marbury, Steve Nash, Ray Allen, Antoine Walker, I think, was in that draft.
Vladdy Divac.
Marcus Camby.
Let me ask you a question now that you mentioned Steve Nash. Do you think that he deserved that MVP over Kobe that year?
No. Nash deserved one of those. I think it was the second year or the first year that he won. But that year Kobe had right after that, monster year. Kobe only won one MVP in his career. I find that crazy.
Tim Duncan stole another one from him too, which I don't think he deserved either.
Kobe was in a stacked West. To win 2 titles, to get to the finals as many times as he did is an accomplishment in itself. In that West, the way those West teams were just stacked back then, dude. Like those 2000s Western conferences were nuts. So Kobe was going up against Timmy, and I'd have to look at the numbers back, but I remember Kobe getting robbed at least twice from MVPs.
Yeah, I would say at least twice. I think he at least needed 3.
Yeah.
And he only got 1, but I think he needed 3 at least. But you know, we don't vote, so
right. Yeah. Someday we'll get a vote.
Someday.
So anyways, Clippers Suns is gonna get the winner of they're gonna get the Nuggets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the Nuggets.
Okay, that should be a fun series.
It's gonna be a slow series though. They're not the Clippers and the Nuggets. If let's say the Clippers get through, they're not a run and gun team, and neither are the Nuggets. It's gonna be half-court games.
Yeah, they want to get their half-court sets for sure.
A lot of strong fundamentals, pick and roll, do the
Chest
old give
passes.
and go, chest pass,
Chest passes.
Bounce pass.
triple threat position,
Triple threat position.
Yeah. So that's going to be good stuff. Anything else sticking out for you guys in the playoffs right now?
KD, man. KD's balling.
Yeah.
Like he hit some shots in the first game. I mean, I know that Phoenix lost, but he hit some shots, man.
Yeah, the tarantula.
He's a shot maker.
Yeah.
And then I guess the vanishing act of Chris Paul. Really no points in the first game.
It's unbelievable, the guy's playoff career, man. I just don't understand how you can have such a storied NBA career stat-wise and not win a title, and just not show up for your team when they need you the most. Like, what are you like? Talk about Mamba mentality earlier. Whatever the opposite of that is what Chris Paul's working with, man. The guy is just
banana boat mentality.
Crazy. What was it?
Banana boat mentality.
Banana boat.
Perfect.
You guys remember that picture of him, LeBron, and Carmelo?
Yeah. Carmelo.
On the banana boat.
They said this. There's that story that Carmelo was drowning and LeBron went to save him or some shit like that.
Yeah.
On the banana boat.
Yeah. Something like he fell off or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Saved his life.
If I'm drowning and a banana boat comes to save me, I'm just gonna go ahead and sink on down to the bottom. You can't be saved by a banana boat.
We know your swimming capabilities are not that strong.
That they're very weak. So it's not a far-fetched situation for me to be drowning.
It's just surprising to me. Like, how is that possible? Like, I mean, you love doing stuff like that.
Not swimming.
Why not?
Not swimming.
I don't know. You know how unorthodox I am with everything. Swimming is a very precise thing. You got to be so fluid in the water, and I'm just not.
That's true.
I don't know what my deal is. I just can't swim.
What's your deal, man?
This isn't about me.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
We're veering off topic.
We're veering off topic, and we're gonna go ahead and wrap this segment up. But appreciate you coming on, Jonathan. Talking a little NBA hoops. No, dude, don't apologize for that. Appreciate you coming on, talking NBA hoops, talking Kobe Bryant, the most iconic number 8. And
yes, sir.
Cool. Right on.
Right,
don't be a stranger. Come on back again sometime.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure.
Come on back.
I'll make sure to charge my hotspot.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, fellas.
On to the next segment. Talk to you later. This next segment is brought to you by Springtime.
Oh, yeah.
You like listening to music?
I do like listening to music.
When the clock turns to springtime, when the calendar rolls over into those springtime months, what catches your ear? What songs do you like to listen to in springtime? What's the most iconic springtime music? I hate to keep using iconic. What's your favorite springtime music?
Well, we're an iconic podcast, so it's only right that we use the word iconic frequently. So
my bad.
For me, no, I'm saying it's fitting. It makes sense. For me, I don't necessarily get like seasonal music, but with spring, I like some more upbeat tunes. Yesayer came to mind.
Okay.
Marabou State, Little Dragon. But then it gets cold again in spring here in Chicago, so I turn to maybe some Radiohead when it's cold spring days.
Where you slip back into a little depression.
Yeah,
a little Kid A.
Yeah, exactly. Little Kid A, little OK Computer.
What would that be, like mid-seasonal depression?
I guess, yeah. It's like transitional seasonal depression, I guess, because winter's over, but it's still lingering.
It's for sure not over. Yeah,
lingering.
It's like I can't really think of a sickness other than like an STD that like it goes away.
Herpes.
And it comes shingles, maybe shingles.
Shingles.
A little bit more of the Springles. You got a case of the Springles. Once you pop, you can't stop.
Springles is acting up again.
Goddamn Springles.
Springles keep acting up.
I can't go out tonight, guys. I'm sorry. I got the Springles.
Yeah, got a Springles outbreak.
It's disgusting. I just keep sobbing. For me, springtime is a great time. It's right before May gray and June gloom, where every single morning is nice and gray out here. So it's a very nice time. My yard starts to get green again. The birds are singing. They're chirping away. So I wrote down a nice little list. And as I was making this list, it just kept getting longer and longer and longer because I love seasonal music. I love attributing songs to seasons and like only listening to certain albums at certain times of the year. It just works better for me. Okay. It works for me. So a few that stuck out to me. So to start off with something like a little bit heavier, but still like fun. So like, let's say you were in a depressive funk in the winter, but now like things are a little bit more optimistic. I would go A Day to Remember with For Those Who Have Heart or Homesick. It's got a little pop punk to it, little pop punk edge, along with the hardcore vibes that they went with, a little of the metalcore. So you still have a little fun with the upbeat stuff, and you can still feel a little angry on those days where it is a little colder. Another one that stuck out to me, this one was always a springtime hit. It's The Upsides by the Wonder Years, pop punk through and through. I started listening to it as I was riding my bike around Freeport in a very weird time of my life. Not to get too personal, but it was a very transitional part of my life. Another one, the song Cigarette Daydreams. That's a very springtime song. That's by Cage the Elephant. Do you know any of these?
Yeah. I'm just
okay, good.
Start them all off. I want to hear them all.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Another album that sticks out is a very springtime album. This band really did the whole 4-album arc of different seasons, and this one is kind of their springtime season. Brand new is Deja Entendu. It's a very springtime album. Similarly, American Slang by Gaslight Anthem. I'd say that's their most springtime music, where it's that's more of like you're walking around Chicago, the snow is all melted. You know, you got old haunts playing in your headphones. You know, American Slang is quintessential springtime Gaslight Anthem. I would put Rumors by Fleetwood Mac in there, which might be a little weird. It's a kind of a darker album, but I think that I don't know any of the words, but I like to sing along anyway. That's a springtime one for me. But it all comes back for me. Springtime, it starts to get warm out. I go on a big kick every single year. They have a very solid 4-album run, possibly 5-album run. I didn't count before this, but the band Vampire Weekend is my pick for the most iconic springtime music. Everything from, you know, where they started with A-Punk on their self-titled album. Contra has In December drinking horchata. Modern Vampires of the City. That album, I just listened to the whole thing today.
Quality.
It's much more moody, and I think they weren't as happy in this album. It's a lot more like, it feels like melancholy sort of. It's got like a love lost type of feel to it. And then they capped it off this past 4 years ago with Father of the Bride, which album not that critically acclaimed, but I love it. It's even more so in the melancholy category of just like yearning for something that you no longer have. Starting out with Hold You Now into Harmony Hall. Hold You Now with those choir vocals that come in. Harmony Hall with just that boom, Bambina, very fun song, snappy. This Life, you've been cheating now, the tremolo on the vocals, so fun. Big Blue, it's kind of a snoozer. How Long, funny song. Unbearably White, funny song. Maybe it dips off after that, but I'm not saying this is the best album of all time. I'm just saying it's a very springtime album. Okay, you get it?
Yeah,
you got me.
I get it. I follow you. I'm picking up what you're laying down.
Thank you for listening to my rant.
Yeah, 100%. I like it. Yeah, those first 3 from Vampire Weekend I really, really liked. I didn't. I only heard a few songs off the last one you mentioned, but the self-titled, Contra, and Modern Vampires, I think are all super high quality albums. I want to say the lead guy, I forget his name, but he left the band after those 3, right? Ezra, his name Ezra.
Yeah, he's definitely on the newest album.
Is he? One of the guys left the band. I can't remember who it was.
Okay,
But,
well, it's not the singer.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I love those three though. Big fan. Big Vampire Weekend fan for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Modern Vampires, if we were to focus in on that album even, I mean, Unbelievers is you know the faraway Unbelievers. Yeah, that song. Very big radio hit. What is it? Q101 in Chicago. That song was very overplayed on that album. I'm sorry, on that station. Don't Lie, Hannah Hunt, Step, Everlasting Arms, and Ya Hey are very melancholy, very dark songs. And then they come back with Dying Young, and Finger Back, which is just there's a song on every single Vampire Weekend song that is just the most annoying song that you've ever heard. And I think Finger Back has that on this album. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. They
Yeah.
got one song you just can't stand for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah. But on a contra, I mean, White Sky, Holiday. I love Vampire Weekend in the springtime. I'm just taking up all the airtime right now.
I'm gonna listen to so much Vampire Weekend tomorrow. I think it's such a good call.
Yeah. It's such a fun, and then it springs you right into summer where, you know, you get the more chill, laid back, like, I don't know, some New York hip hop, or like some even like, I don't know, summer music's a whole different category. We'll definitely dive into that on another day, but I think that Vampire Weekend is the perfect springboard into great weather, where you're shedding some of that winter woes and you're getting into the springtime optimism.
Yeah. Love it.
Okay. Thank
you.
Very
nice. Nicely summed up there. Perfect.
Wow. Yeah. I just I've been waiting to talk to somebody about Vampire Weekend and my love for them for years now.
Yeah.
And wow, it all just came out, didn't it?
Came together. Yeah. Came together here. There's a great line. I think it's Hannah Hunt. It's like, though we live on the US dollar, you and me, we got our own sense of time. I think that line, yeah, and it has a little piano in the back. It's such a good song. There's like two or three different songs within that song. It's Hannah Hunt, right?
Yes, that is.
Yeah.
One of my
favorite. That's one of my favorite Vampire Weekend songs, right there.
On that album, I think it was Finger Back. At the end of that song, there's a lyric that they called back on Father of the Bride, where he says, "I don't want to live like this, but I don't want to die."
Yeah. Great
lyric.
Yeah, and it's from an earlier song. Yeah, I noticed that too. I didn't know if anyone else picked up on that. And kudos to you, partner.
Yeah, I'm not so stupid after all. Wow, you do have basic human.
I remember hearing that. Like, they said this before. This is a line from their own song.
Wait a second, they're ripping off themselves.
Yeah, I think Lana Del Rey did that recently. Didn't she quote one of her old songs or cover or use a lyric from one of her other songs?
Yeah, your mom called. I told her you're fucking up big time. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's not that, but I think you're right. Which it's weird that I don't know that one.
I can't remember what the lyric was. No, it's not coming to me right off the top of my head, but yeah, that Vampire Weekend line, it's a great line, and it warrants a callback. I think it's that good of a line.
Yeah, and Finger Back is such a bad song that good of a line needs to be on a better song.
Right.
So worked out. Good job by them.
Good job.
What else have you been listening to, T-Bone? Anything popping out for you? We're over halfway through the month.
Yeah, so I for April have a shorter list so far. I'm going to do a lot of catching up this weekend on albums that I've missed over the course of the month, but ones that are sticking out at me so far this month. I love the Black Thought album with El Michelle's Affair, Glorious Game. Black Thought to me is top 5 dead or alive when it comes to MCs, and this one's no different than his previous works, where it's full of content, full of really great lines, just bars upon bars upon bars. He's one of the best to do it, and those guys that he's running with on this album have been doing it for a bit, and they're really great. So love that one. What else for April is on my list? The Daughter album, Stereo Mind Game is excellent, front to back. And then there was a weird one that I can't remember the name of right now. I'm see if I can find it. Oh, Yaji with a Hammer. She sings in another language. I want to say it's Japanese. I could be wrong though.
Very nice.
But it's also part English, part Japanese, sort of experimental sounds and kind of a poppy twist to it.
Yeah.
I really like it, but I've got a lot on my list to listen to coming up this weekend. So
I like it.
next
Speaking
episode,
of the weekend, the weekend is an R&B singer, another R&B singer that was very in the news from his performance last weekend. Frank Ocean had his comeback performance. He hadn't performed since 2017, a full 6 years ago, where he was up on stage crooning to Brad Pitt for the entire show, which it's kind of weird looking back on now that I think about it. Frank Ocean, he had his Coachella set. He was an hour late to it. He comes out on stage and he's just surrounded by dancers that they're called dancers. But they were just kind of meandering around the stage, just kind of blocking everybody's view of Frank Ocean. Apparently he lip synced a bunch. He performed like the first part of his few songs. And then like it would transition into a dance part. Kind of strange.
Yeah. I think he was aiming to kind of recreate the studio experience of him being in studio, crafting songs, giving showgoers a unique experience that may not ever exist again, which I respect. I do like the concept of creating a concert atmosphere where you're not listening just to the album version of a song, or not just, hearing a song you've heard a bunch of times already, previously. So he was aiming to give a unique experience, which I think he accomplished.
Yeah, unique.
Yeah, but showing up an hour late, and then I think he cut it short as well because of curfew.
Yeah, well, and then they had a DJ just come out for like 30 minutes, middle of the set.
Like
people thought it was over.
Yeah.
I would be very upset. But
I
then
wanted
again,
to watch it. They didn't have it available on live stream, so I didn't get a chance to see it in its entirety. But just reading reviews of it and kind of piecing together what happened, it seems like it was not a fail, but not a success, maybe somewhere in the middle.
Didn't sound good. I wouldn't be happy if I would have been there.
Yeah, I'd like to see the whole thing. So hit us in the comment section if you got footage.
Yeah, if you got footage. We were supposed to do more call outs for the comment section, so hopefully they'll forgive us. Hit us in the comment section if you forgive us for that.
Yeah.
Frank Ocean, loved the guy's music. But
I love Frank. Yeah, I'm a huge fan. So it seems like he does things to almost intentionally turn people off from him.
Yeah.
Showing up late, leaving early, not having merch available, not playing live shows for almost a decade. It's now
not
been
releasing an album since 2016.
It's been like 7 years since his last album. Yeah, so he's doing everything he can to make you not like him, but I think it makes us all just like him a little bit more somehow.
Yeah, you ever been in a relationship where you just like, you don't want to go through the effort of dumping the person, so you just do the least amount possible, as much as like the most annoying things possible, just to get them to end it for you?
Yeah.
That's what it feels like he's doing to us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I'm kind of in the same boat, dude. Like, hey, I liked the good stuff, but I'm just not going to pay attention to you until you release like an album, and then we'll make love. But I don't care. I don't care. I will not be tricked into giving negative energy to this, because I know you're not going to care about it. So I'm not going to care about it either.
Right. And when it comes and it's good, then we'll enjoy it and we'll enjoy the good times. But in between those times, you're just kind of left wondering, like, when am I going to see this person again? When are they going to come around? When are they going to call me? But when he calls, I'm answering.
Is he going to put out another album ever?
He said, yeah, he teased some new music, didn't play any new songs, but said that they're out there. The guy he's a genius. I really think that he's one of the few kind of a rare talent for his generation, and I will always listen when he's talking, when he's singing. So whether it's a year between albums or 20 years between albums, I'll still tune in because he's that talented and he's got that much to offer. So he can do no wrong in my book, but he's pushing the line.
Yeah.
Treading water, treading the line. The phrase
Toeing the line, treading water.
Line, treading water, sure.
Yeah. Blonde is my favorite album. It's my number 1. So
like of all time, right?
Of all time.
Yeah.
I just
it's a great album. It's a masterpiece.
I don't care for him as a person. And that's okay. I don't need to. I like what he put out. I protect myself in that way.
That's fair.
That's just what that's how I choose to approach entertainers.
You got to look out for number 1, you know?
Well, yeah. And like a lot of people, they get so disappointed when their favorite entertainer does something that doesn't please them, that annoys them or whatever it may be. Me, I don't expect anything out of these people on a personal level. I don't expect them to do anything for me. I don't expect to agree with them on anything. I just want what they're going to. I just want more of what I already like.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It's a very accurate perspective. And I think Jerry Seinfeld said it best. You know, I don't expect anything from anyone.
Yeah. 100%. Thanks, Jer.
You're good.
Yeah.
No matter what they do, they can't hurt you. They can't disappoint you. They can't do anything that's going to upset you. It is what it is. And you live, go on and enjoy life, you know?
Yeah. If he puts out another album, awesome. I'm going to love it.
Absolutely.
But I'm not going to get caught up in the riffraff in the meantime. That's just not what I'm going to do.
Yeah. I mean, since Blonde, he's put out a few songs here and there. So
yeah, Chanel was really good. DHL was all right.
Yeah, Dear April was solid.
In My Room was
In My Room, I like. Yeah.
My room.
Nailed it.
Thank you. I've been practicing. We did a little karaoke the other night too. So
sweet.
Got the old pipes humming.
Yeah, they're humming. They're humming all right.
Yeah. Oh, they're humming all right.
Oh, they're humming, baby.
Speaking of humming, do birds hum?
Birds tweet. They can hum probably. Yeah, sure. Why not? Bird of the week.
Now it's time for Bird of the Week.
There's a bird in the sky. Look at him fly. Why?
Bird of the Week time. Bird of the Week time on the Rev and Bone Show, presented by againstthespread.home.blog. My bird of the week. I'm starting. I'm going first.
All right.
Whoa, was that a turkey call?
That was a turkey. Yeah, that's a bird.
Hit it with us again. It like cuts it out. I don't know what it thinks. Like
it does. There's no sound.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, that was pretty good.
All right.
Sound off in the comments. What do you think of T-Bone's bird call?
Yeah.
Yeah, and turkey call. You know, Thanksgiving's coming up.
Yeah.
You got 7 more months.
Let the countdown begin.
We'll all be sitting around that table telling each other how much we love each other.
Yep. And how thankful we are for all the things.
My bird of the week is the Thanksgiving turkey, actually. No, my bird of the week is not a lot of fanfare coming up to this one. I'm going to be honest. They're losers. My birds of the week are losers. But they're the best losers. And sometimes that's the best kind of losers. Because in this case, similar to my Chicago Bears, the Anaheim Ducks have secured the number 1 overall draft pick by having the worst record. Well, no, they have secured the best odds. They have a 25% chance odds at winning the number 1 overall draft pick. Coincidentally, Chicago Blackhawks have this number 2 odds.
Hey.
So bird of the week number 2, Chicago Blackhawks.
Blackhawk.
So apparently this guy that's coming in, I don't know his name. Doesn't matter. I won't see him for a couple of years. But apparently he's pretty good. So if the Ducks get him, hey, cool. The Honda Center is a stone's throw away from me. I could throw a hockey puck and hit it right from here. I could hit a slap shot right through the front door from my house. So yeah, maybe things are on the up and up for the Anaheim Ducks.
All right.
I also have a cool sicko Anaheim Ducks jersey right over there.
Yeah, I was supposed to get an Anaheim Ducks jersey, but you got me a Deebo Samuel somehow instead.
I'll just keep that one. Fine. I'll send you my Ducks jersey. You want to
No,
know who
mine
it
had
is?
the T-bone on the back, and I was really looking forward to that.
This one.
Yeah.
That would be really cool to get you a T-bone custom Ducks jersey and go to the game with you, because mine is a custom Schoenhoven jersey, number 5.
Yeah, no kidding. Would be cool, wouldn't it?
It would be pretty cool. We'll just win one more bet, and then maybe.
All right.
Who's your bird of the week?
So I was looking for one the other day when we decided. Well, actually, when we were discussing iconic number 8s and knowing it was going to be Kobe Bryant, knowing it was going to be an 8 Bryant episode. So I took something that's a little bit stranger than previous bird of the week picks, but mine is the Bryant Park Bird Tour.
Okay, so not a specific bird, but
Nope.
an opportunity to see birds.
To see multiple birds, do a little bird watching in New York City. Their famous Bryant Park. It's kind of their second most well-known park, obviously after Central Park. Bryant Park is the park right there in the city. So they do a bird watching tour, and it kicks off tomorrow. And they run it every day through the rest of April.
Now,
So
I've never heard of this. What kind of birds do they have in New York? Is it just pigeons?
Yeah, it's just the pigeon, actually. You just watch a bunch of pigeons gather.
I feel like you're joking, but I feel like that's probably accurate.
No, it's a whole bunch of different birds. I had a list, and I lost the list of where it went. Let me pull this up real quick to get the different types of birds we got.
You don't have any just off the dome.
Penguins, I think.
Get the hell out of here. That is not.
Yeah, penguins, man. You didn't know about the penguins? It's crazy.
Okay, dude.
No.
Maybe an owl?
Yeah. Sure. Maybe some owls.
What are you going to see here? A sparrow?
You got to take the tour and find out.
A robin? How much does this tour cost? Do you at least know that?
I don't know how much it costs.
How is this your bird of the week?
Who cares how much it costs?
I at least came in with some stone cold research.
You want to see birds or not?
I would like to.
So you got to go to Bryant Park, check out the bird tour.
I'm not going to New York to do something. I don't even know how much it costs.
It's a surprise, man.
It's like $400 and you just see pigeons.
Just see pigeons.
That'd be funny.
There it is, Bryant Park tour.
Oh, you got it. You got it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, give me some deets. What do we got?
It's during migration season, so you get the migrating birds. That's fun. 2023 bird site coming soon.
Oh, get out of here, man. You can't keep teasing these viewers.
Wow.
Our listeners are dying to know about this.
Wow. They won't even tell you what birds you're going to see. It's all a surprise.
Boy.
I'm intrigued. I don't know about you.
I'm let down. I would prefer a little bit more details, a little bit more research going into your bird of the week.
All right. Well, how about some past sightings like warblers and tanagers and vireos and thrushes and even a chick-will's widow? How about that?
Love it. You reeled me right back in.
Chick-will's widow. All right, let's go.
That's so sad. A chick-willed widow. Wonder what happened to her husband.
Yeah, where are all the husbands at? They all migrated, left them to raise the kids by themselves.
Could be.
They wouldn't really be widows then, would they? Because they're not dead.
Well, they could be.
They're just a chick-will abandoned.
It's like Schrodinger's cat. Like if the husband left, you don't know if he's dead or not. You don't know if you're a widow or not.
Right. You're kind of left in limbo.
Yeah. Limbo widow.
The chick-will limbo.
Chick-will limbo widow. No. It was almost there.
Syphilis. Toy boat. Unique New York. Unique New York. Unique New York.
Oh, now brown cow. Oh, now brown cow. What did you say? The Oculus had oddly shaped feet.
What?
From one New York City disappointment to another, let's talk about Succession. Season 4 of Succession on HBO.
Season 3.
Season 4.
Episode 4.
Episode 4. Season 4, episode 4 of Succession. Yes, this is
season 3.
This is season 4.
No, it's not. Season 3.
I think you're on the wrong season, buddy. What just happened in your episode? Because we're on season 4.
I thought it was only the 3rd season. Is it
This
the 4th?
4th season? Yeah.
I'm tripping?
Season 4, episode 4 recap.
I'm tripping.
The episode entitled Honeymoon States, obviously in reference to Connor Roy saying that he's going on a honeymoon to what was it, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Ohio, and Michigan.
Yeah, the swing states.
With his lovely bride, Willa.
Swing states. How romantic.
So I mean that Connor was kind of the showstopper of the episode, I'd say. So probably going to be heavy on the Connor talk tonight. What do you think of the episode, though?
It was one of my favorite episodes of the series. Actually, I thought it had some really actual humor in the episode. Like a lot of times they throw me a joke in there, or you're kind of laughing at the expense of somebody. But there were actually some well-written jokes in this episode that I really liked.
I agree. It was laugh out loud funny multiple times.
Yeah.
My personal favorite was when the kids were trying to get Roman to join in on the joke, and he's just like, "Yeah, I could do that, but."
Cutting in here, it's where he says, "Oh no, I could do a phone sex bit if you want," and then he talks about pre-grieving. I'm sorry, I couldn't remember it, but now I did. Thank you.
T-Bone, what'd you like about the episode?
I really like when the old fucks are sitting around talking about the piece of paper they found, and the two old fucks are like Carl and is it Frank?
Frank, yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, we found this piece of paper. I was thinking of a joke if I just flushed it down the toilet, and then Jerry comes in on the conversation. They're like, yeah, we made a joke earlier about maybe this piece of paper fell in the toilet and got flushed down. And she's like, yes, that would be a very funny joke.
Yes, in a very humorous way.
Yeah. But clearly they want the piece of paper to get flushed down the toilet so that no one knows about it, or that it comes to light.
I really thought they were going to.
I did too. And then they brought it back later in the episode, and correct me if I'm wrong, but are they setting Kendall up to take over? Because they didn't mention that Logan had written Kendall's name anywhere on the document when they were initially talking about it. But then they brought that up to say, oh yeah, Kendall, Logan wants you to take over the company, or did at some point. Like, are they setting the kids up to have Kendall take over when they know he's going to fuck it up eventually? Or
what do you think, that document was planted?
No, I think the document was real, but that they edited the document to make it seem like Logan wanted Kendall to take over.
No, because Kendall was in there and typing. Like, it was typed out that Kendall would take over.
No, it was written. They said he wrote it in pencil at a certain date and then crossed it off or underlined it. It's kind of ambiguous whether or not it's crossed off or underlined.
No. That was written down. That was typed up, and then they couldn't tell if it was crossed out or underlined. Which, yeah. If I'm Kendall, that's going to bug me for the rest of my life.
That's such a clever way to present it, though. I thought that was great.
Yeah, but it's pretty clearly underlined. But why would you underline it?
Well, yeah, right. Or why would you cross it off, not just type up a whole new document? But
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if he did cross it off, he did such a bad job of it. I mean, who crosses something off that poorly?
Right. To make it possibly underlined.
And then just doesn't cross off from the top to make it an X out.
Yeah. And then pregnant Shiv has to deal with that too, not being mentioned in there at all.
Not at all.
Getting totally left out in the cold.
Freaking Greg was mentioned in there. And I hate that that's going to come back in some way.
Yeah.
Like the Greg with a question mark. Right, so wait, he was thinking maybe it's Greg.
Yeah.
So, come on, man.
Why would it be Greg at all? Why?
He can't run a company.
No, he can barely run his own life.
Welcome to the club, brother.
Yeah. But, Kendall and Roman joining forces to run the company, I think does make sense.
I agree.
But I want to know what Shiv is planning, like, behind the scenes that we don't see.
Because she's having a baby.
She's not just going to stand by and let that happen, I don't think. She can't. It's not in her nature as a character.
She didn't really have a choice with Kendall and Roman, right? So she kind of had to and just be like, all right, you guys aren't going to fuck me on this, right? Please don't.
Yeah, let's count on the word of Roy.
Yeah. And they're like, no, for sure. We're not going to. Don't you worry about it. And so she had no choice but to take their word, because what else is she going to do? And then like instantly Kendall was like, hey, I'm actually in charge here.
Yeah.
So weirdo with the little neck, Hugo. Why don't you so that was interesting. A couple things about that. First one being Hugo doing the insider trading.
Yeah.
I don't know why you went to Kendall with that information.
Because he knew Kendall was going to be in charge, and he knew that it was going to get out eventually. So he's like, let's just be proactive here, nip it in the bud, maybe let Kendall know if he can do something for me to cover it up or control how it gets out, whatever it might be.
Well, that's kind of the interesting thing, is that like this is the new Wild West out here. This is Logan's dead. So all these old timers that, had lifetime jobs with him, they now suddenly have to be like a little bit more sucking up to the kids a little bit, because it's like, all right, well, I don't have the old man to run back to. I don't have anybody with my back anymore.
Yeah, including Tom. Like, he was the guy who was like, I'm here to serve. I'm here to serve. I'm here to serve. To everyone, covering all of his bases, going to Kendall, going to Roman, going to everyone, just letting me know, hey, I'm here to serve. Even
Tom,
going so far as to throw his name in the hat to take over the company when they were talking, like, Tom, what the hell are you doing here, man? They just totally laughed him off. It was like, no, oh, that's so cute, but no.
Well, that was, oh man. So you got to think, at the start of the episode, he really thought that, like, well, maybe I'll, run this in. So he really thought that. And then they put him in his place. And like, when you're like, you get a little too stony baloney, you smoke a little too much weed, and then like all of your insecurities and like just come out of nowhere. And it's just like,
yeah,
whoa, everyone hates me. Like, it's almost like he had one of those big waves that just came over him of like, oh no, all my biggest fears are true. And so he was just like on damage control, where he's just like calling up his friends and like, hey man, you don't hate me, right?
Yeah.
And going up to everyone like, hey, I'm here to work hard. I'm here to serve. Yeah, dude, we know you still work here, but we don't like you.
Yeah, no one likes him. Do you think he's the father of Shiv's baby or not?
I think so, because I think that would be just a silly plot line for that to not be the case.
Yeah.
I hope that he is, because
she had that little affair with old boy.
Yeah, and like, yeah, but that was a while ago. But also, like, they had an open marriage.
Right.
So you could be having babies all over the town.
Bunch of little Wamsgams running around.
Yeah, that's the last thing the world needs.
Oh, the world needs. Yeah, right.
I loved when he tried to suck up to Roman, and Roman instantly called him out on it, like, oh, tightrope Tommy.
Tightrope Tommy, yeah.
Just buttering up his lips to kiss my butt.
Yep.
I like
Looping
that.
up those lips.
Yeah. But yeah, so everyone's in kind of a precarious situation right now. Kendall finally has control to some extent for a little while. It's so funny. Like, the show is called Succession. We got Succession. This is it. Okay, so Kendall has succeeded him. That's it. That's the show. Congratulations. We made it. We made it. And then T-Bone, what else do you like about this episode?
No, I think we summed it up pretty well. I think we've got a good jumping off point for the rest of the season, where we do have a succession taking place. We've got Kendall in charge where he's always wanted to be. He's got Roman by his side. And I think all three of those kids are planning something else on the side where it's not working with each other in any capacity. They've all got their own hidden agendas, which I think will come into play as the season progresses.
Well, I don't feel like they have hidden agendas. I think the only person that actually has cards to play right now is Kendall because he's in the driver's seat. But I think that everyone has their feet squarely out the door. Like none of them are actually in the trust room, if you know what I'm saying. They're like they're all I don't actually trust anything that Kendall's doing. I don't trust anything Roman's doing. So I'm gonna step back a little bit. I don't think that Shiv has any cards to play at this point. And then plus she has a baby on the way.
Yeah.
And plus she's sort of getting a divorce already.
Yeah.
So Shiv is in a very bad spot.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of rocking a hard place, but she might turn it around. She can turn things around. Little comeback story.
Yeah. I think she will, because I feel like she's kind of at the bottom right now. She's this is probably the lowest that we're going to see her.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is the highest that we're going to see Kendall.
Yeah.
I think he's got one more episode of Ascension, and then something is going to crash down. And then they're going to go fire up the 100 again. Yeah,
because he's still got to deal with Mattson. He's still got to deal with a bunch of other things on the side that they didn't address this past episode that they're going to have to address next episode or one after that. So
an interesting thing that I heard is that every episode this season is one day.
Oh, okay.
So that's been the case so far. And they keep hinting at they got this election coming up in a few days, in like 10 days or so. So this is just, it all culminates with the election.
All right.
So something to stew on there.
Yeah.
If you want to have a little stewy.
A little stew. Get yourself stew going.
Yeah, get a little stew going. Stewie had a nice comeback into this episode. He made an appearance. Yeah. And then Sandy and Old Man Sandy came back.
They did show their respects. Pay their respects to Logan.
So apparently Shiv is pregnant in real life, or at least she was while filming.
Yeah, when they were filming. I remember reading that.
They just let her fall down the stairs, huh?
Yep.
Just let her go. That's kind of bizarre.
Let her go.
Yeah.
Let it be. Is that Hootie and the Blowfish?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Hootie. You think he's gonna make a cameo in the show?
Yeah. He's gonna sing the outro song at the end of the series.
That'd be really cool.
Gonna resurrect his career.
Like they're just gonna go to they're gonna go somewhere and he's gonna be playing maybe Central Park. He's gonna be playing a concert in Central Park.
Perfect.
And then all the lights go down and it's just on him. Let her go.
Get the lighters
Sun
on.
Comes out tomorrow.
Ooh, let it be.
Let it be. Let it be. Just something I'm thinking about.
I like it. It's got legs.
Thanks. Yeah, it's got legs.
For sure.
You seem like you're slowing down over there. You all right?
Slowing down?
Yeah.
Nah, baby. My gears are always grinding.
You're a grinder.
I'm a grinder, man.
By the way, when I had that brain aneurysm a couple of minutes ago.
Which one?
Because the one a couple of minutes ago where I just stopped talking for a solid minute. You're not frozen because I can see your TV, but you were very good at holding still.
I know. I thought of it as I was doing it. Like, the TV's going to move. It's going to be completely obvious.
You like put your hand in front of the TV.
12, by the way. Suns are all of a sudden up 12.
What happened there?
6 minutes to play.
Oh boy. Oh, what I was going to say is that the vote that we've all been waiting for, the vote finally happened.
Yeah, quickly too.
Didn't even
watching
see
it.
it.
I was like,
Didn't even see it
and
happen.
we're like, oh, the vote. It happened.
Yeah, they were
It-
like, all right, this is
already-
going to happen. And
it's already
then
done.
they walk out of the boardroom and they're like, yep, board approved it. Like, what?
done deal. That's all it took. All these years, you could have wrapped it up that quick. Come on, chop.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
So what happens next episode? They got to go out and see Mattson at some point.
Yeah, they got to go to, was it Sweden? Is he in Sweden?
Probably. He seems like a sweetie.
Yeah, he seems like a sweetheart.
Yeah, sweet boy.
Little sweetie poo. Yeah.
Mwah.
They got to go visit Mattson and schmooze him, and lots of things on their to-do list now, especially being.
Yeah, this is a show that you don't know what's going to happen. You can predict, but boy, you just don't know. One thing that I will say is that Connor Roy has momentum. Connor Roy, he's going to get the sympathy vote. And then you have to factor in what if he starts to get a little bit too many votes, and this Republican candidate that they picked out last season doesn't really like that.
Oh yeah, Andy from Weeds. You ever watch Weeds?
I watched like a season of it, and I just didn't care for it.
Yeah, the guy.
It seemed morally bankrupt with all the marijuana usage.
Wow. Anyway, the guy who plays that candidate was in a main character on Weeds, and I always liked this character on that show, and I was like, holy shit, there's Andy.
Nice, Andy, the Ant-Man.
Man.
Yeah, I thought that his character in this show a little too on the nose. As far as like, I'm like so Republican, I'm a Nazi.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they went a little too hard with that.
Yeah, it was a bit much.
Like maybe fascism isn't so bad. They have a dog named Hitler or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. I don't know. Anyways.
Hit us in the comments section, your favorite moments from this week's episode of Succession.
Hit us in the comment section with what the quote was that I screwed up so badly earlier, where Roman was sitting there and they were trying to get him to talk about something, trying to get him to make a joke about something, and he just said he didn't have the energy. It was really funny. Hit us in the comment section.
Yes, please. And circle back to the springtime music segment. Hit us in the comment section if over the last 2 weeks you were able to find that Springtime in Chicago song that I pleaded for you to find for me. Because I can't find it still. I still can't find it.
I've been looking really hard for it.
Starting to think I had a really...
It's a fever dream.
Yeah, just like a really intense, realistic dream that lasted months, because I remember listening to the song for months at a time. And now it's just wiped from the internet. It just doesn't exist. So I'm kind of
That's insane. I don't get how this doesn't happen.
I need to know the song exists. So help me out, please.
We'll find it. We're going to find it. And once we find it, the podcast is over. So help us find it.
Glorious day.
So cool, guys. You got anything else you want to talk about, T-Bone?
I think that's everything for this week. I want to thank everybody for joining us once again. Hit us in the comments section. Hit us on the blog. We're still publishing work in the written form, so check that out as well. It's been a slice once again. Mamba out.
All right. Talk to you guys next time. Hit us with that like. Hit us with that subscribe if you like. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Swish, I'm ballin'. I'm so awesome. Oh, bitch keep calling. Hello. She think I'm awesome. Chakras wanna rob me. I'm so awesome. Out here like a possum. I'm so awesome. I'm so fucking awesome. I'm so awesome. I'm so fucking awesome.